Hello beauties, how are you all doing? My name is Shaz, short for Shahrazad, and I love colorful makeup. As you can evidently see in my eye look, today I'm so excited to be playing with Very Icy from Simply Posh. Let me show you the inside of this palette. This palette is a dream for people like me, color lovers who love blues and berries and reds, and I can't wait to jump in and play around with this palette for you. We are going to do swatches and 3 eye looks with this palette, and I'm going to tell you my overall thoughts about this palette in the end. This is going to be a first impression video. I've not used this palette before this video. If all of that sounds good to you, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel for more content like this. Now let's go into the video. Okay friends, before I get started, let's take a look at the swatches of this palette. As always, I do swatches on bare skin, 2 swipes per color with no primer. We're going to jump into the first eye look in a minute, but before that I wanted to show you side-by-side comparison of Fairytale Fairies palette, which we have on the lower side, and Very Icy, which we have at the top, just so you can get a little bit of perspective of how these palettes compare. As you can see, Fairytale Fairies has quite a bit of green colors and also has lighter pink colors. Now, one thing that we're going to talk about later in this video is the fact that you can pop out these colors and you can potentially do mix and match to create your own palette, which is amazing. So I think these 2 palettes are not that similar, in case you were wondering. There are some blues that might be dupes, maybe a teal color is a dupe, but a light teal I mean, or minty color. But other than that, I wouldn't say these 2 palettes have a lot of similar colors. And beauties, this is a comparison of Very Icy with Genuine Gems. As you can see, Genuine Gems is just more colorful. I mean, you're gonna have all kinds of yellow based colors like oranges and yellows, and even a brown that is more like a yellow based brown that you don't even have anything similar to in Very Icy. And you're also gonna get some purples on this side. Yeah, so I wouldn't say the palettes have any colors in common. Maybe you can say Ruby, which is the red color at the bottom row. This one is a dupe for the red color at the top corner of Very Icy. But other than that, they have pretty distinct colors. Okay beauties, I can't wait to jump into the palette. I already primed my eyes with Painterly from MAC. I'm gonna try to use different kinds of primers. I mean a different primer for each eye look, just to sort of also test the palette's behavior with different primers. But this is the first eye look, so let's go. As you can see, this beautiful palette with a good bit of blue range colors on one side and a good bit of, I want to say, sort of mauvey to berry color on the left side. Did I say the sides correctly? Anyway, this is the right side, this is the left side. Yes. Some of these colors look super unique. You probably already saw in the swatches, but some of the blues look redundant. I don't know if we needed every single blue. But let's jump in. I'm gonna go into this beautiful blue called Pulpy. There's quite a bit of kick up and berries embossed on each pan, which is kind of cute. I'm putting this in my crease. This is a beautiful color, and as you can see, it's pretty pigmented. I'm not going to do my whole crease. I'm just going to do this edge. I'm now going to go into Blueberry. Oh, again, a lot of kick up. I'm tapping it off because all of that is going to fall on my face. One issue that I had with the other palette, Genuine Gems, was that it didn't have a lot of dark colors. I have a video with that palette. I will tag it if it's up already. I mean, it had dark colors. It just, they wouldn't show up as dark as in the pan. From what I remember, you can check out that video for details. But I'm generally a fan of Simply Posh. I like their color stories. I like how they arrange their palettes, different kind of shades, and that middle row to be all shimmers. Arrangements like that are very orderly, similar to what Simply Posh does, similar to what Blend Bunny does, speak to my heart. I don't know if it's my OCD talking or whatever, but it makes me feel comfortable. It's definitely the OCD talking. I don't know what happened here, but I feel like I have a line there. I don't know what happened. I'm going to pick up a flatter brush and I'm going to go back into Blueberry. This color is super pigmented. Looking up, I am going to put it under my lower lash line. I'm doing the same thing on both sides. It's bizarre because I feel the color that's on my lower lash looks darker than the part that is on my upper lash. I don't know if it's because it's layered over kind of a lighter color. That could be part of the reason. I'm now going to pick a small sort of a packing brush and I'm going to go into Frosted, which is this color, this light baby blue. I'm going to look up and I'm going to diffuse the lower edge of this lower lash line. So I don't know what happened. You can see that. I don't know if it's just my hooded eyes touching the wrong place, but it looks like I need to do some correction on that side. So let me first use the dark color and just blend this part again. What I'm gonna do is pick up a clean brush, dab it into Frosted, and just blend this. I'm trying to diffuse all of these colors into each other with a lighter color. It worked on this eye. It didn't work on that eye. I don't know what's going on. Somehow I have a streak of darker blue there, and I have no idea why. And it seems like it's not going to blend out. I don't know. It's all good. We're going to move on. NYX's glitter primer is next. Just doing this part into the center. So this one looks like a monochrome that is just frosty and icy. Beautiful. This one looks like a purple to blue. Let me see if I can show you the shift. This one looks like a dark purple to a dark blue. This one looks like a pink magenta to blue. This one is one of those beautiful purple to gold kind of colors. And this one looks like green to copper. And I usually die for colors like this. And I'm gonna do something controversial, which is using this color. So let's go. Ooh, yes, this is green to copper. Look at that. Insanity. I'm gonna put it at the center. Let's do this. I love this color. If you all have been watching my videos, you know this kind of shift is totally my kind of shift. And I'm going all the way towards my inner corner. Let me see if I can tap. I can't. Unfortunately, you can't see the green shift on camera when I show it on my finger, but it's a beautiful color. It's one of those colors that I have mentioned in this channel that I would wear this on anything. I would even dye my hair this color if I could. Friends, honestly, just this color makes it worth the palette. I love this color. I'm now going to go into Fresh. And I'm going to put this color in my inner corner. Another issue that I had with Genuine Gems was that it also didn't have a lot of light colors for inner corner action. Okay, beauties, I'm back with the completed look. I'm here for this look. It reminds me of Fire and Ice. So the blue part on the outside to be ice and the green coppery part on the inside to be fire. I'm here for the look. And now about the palette. So far, so good. I'm liking this palette. I'm overall pretty much a fan of Simply Posh, which is part of the reason why I wanted to pick this palette up. And I feel that although there's a little bit of redundancy, as I mentioned, There's a lot of blues, and do we need all of these colors? Are they going to be that distinctly different on your eyes? That's questionable. Maybe similarly for some of these colors. I don't know. We'll see when we get to them. But I definitely am here for this shimmery row. I think every single one is very well hand selected, and I can't wait to use all of them. And overall, the pigmentation was there. Blendability was fine. There's a little bit of an issue here. I don't know what I did. Maybe I put more primer somewhere or less primer somewhere. Sometimes that happens. Don't know, friends. When I bring the camera closer, you can see that. But the palette, in terms of performance, I feel is better than the other palettes that I've used from Simply Posh so far. Now let me bring the camera closer and show you this eye look from close up. But before that, actually, I put this ColourPop Sleepy Eyes Ultra Blotted Lip on my lips. Maybe it's no longer available. I think ColourPop got rid of the Simply Blotted Lip formulation, but they still have some of these on their website. Also, maybe they didn't get rid of this Ultra Blotted Lip. Maybe that is a rumor. If you know the truth, write it down in the comments below so that we know. I know I've mentioned it in a few of my videos. I read it somewhere or I heard it somewhere, which is part of why I thought that's the case. But I'm pretty sure I'm seeing some of these on the ColourPop website, so I'm not sure if they're just getting rid of everything that they have in the inventory or that they actually never really got rid of them. Anyway, beauties, let me bring the camera closer and show you my eye look from close up. I'm going to go into these colors. I love this one, Fruity. Let's use it. Beautiful color. Oof. Love, love, love this color. And yep. Also, I forgot to mention, I primed with Lancome's, what's the name? This is just, I think Lancome just has one eyeshadow base, and this is the one in Beige Ivoire, the color Beige Ivory. I'm just using a clean brush just to blend these edges to remove any harshness or edginess. Now I'm picking a brush with a smaller head and I'm gonna go into Tarte. Beautiful berry color. And I'm deepening this out. Beauties, I'm so excited because I am leaving the country in 3 days. And I finally received Muse palette, friends, today, which I was hoping to receive before leaving because that is the one palette I'm planning on taking one palette with me, and that is the palette. I was not sure if I'm gonna receive the palette before leaving because it took, I want to say 3 weeks or something like that to get to me, and I was just afraid. I think Cosmic Brushes released a statement saying they're gonna take a little bit to ship these, and then I was like, shoot, is it like already in transit? Is it not gonna get to me before I leave? So I was kind of worried about that, but I received it. No worries there. I'm excited. I haven't opened it yet. I'm gonna go back into this color with a flat brush, and I'm using this under my lower lash line. I'm trying to do a relatively standard type of look. I don't want to be super funky. You could do brown, you could do red, you could do blue, but I kind of want to do the same kind of tone. I'm gonna go to yoga class like this. That's kind of what we do in this household. I'm picking a brush with kind of a fluffy but small head. I'm gonna go into Fruity a little bit, just dabbing a little bit into Fruity, and I'm diffusing the lower lash line a little bit. So far, the pigmentation has been really nice. Something funky you can try to do if you're trying to recreate a look is you can use some blue in your outer V, and blue mixed with this purple, because purple is a combination of red and blue, is going to deepen out the look, and it's probably going to add a little dimension. But what I'm going to do, I don't want to deepen this out more. I'm going to use a little bit of NYX's glitter primer, and I'm putting the glitter primer in this area. If this palette had light pink, I would just use light pink to create a matte gradient look. but it doesn't have light pink, so I'm going to use some of the shimmers. Also, I do want to try some additional colors to what I've used. So I'm gonna go into this beautiful blue and purple. Let's take a look at this color. It's a beautiful color. And I'm gonna dab this towards the inner corner. If you want, you can pick this color, Delicious or Frozen, both of which are a combination of purple, pink. This one looks teal in the screen, so that's yet another dimension. So I think I'm gonna use Delicious, which looks like one of those magenta colors that have a hue of purple, and these are very like wet looking, beautiful shades. And I'm gonna use it at the edge and blend this into this outer corner. I'm gonna pick up the brush that I had used for the darkest color, and I'm just blending this outer edge. My eye look is complete. I'm really liking it. I'm really liking it. In fact, I like it so much I don't even want to do much. If I were to do something with this eye look, I would probably put a nude lip because I want to bring a lot of attention to the eyes, and I feel like it's already very much attention seeking. I'm having even more respect for this palette. Quality of the mattes, friends, amazing. I'm very impressed, and I'm not saying that lightly. This is a better quality so far. Everything I've used, better quality than Genuine Gems. No complaints at all. Blendability, pigmentation, the colors, uniqueness of the colors, uniqueness of the mattes, and uniqueness of the shimmers, my friends. I'm loving it. Another thing that I don't think I've mentioned in the past about Simply Posh is that you can easily get these pans out. I think you can see this semicircle on the side. You can get these pans out and mix and match if you have other palettes from Simply Posh. And I'm really liking that because I do have other palettes from Simply Posh. Okay, friends, now let me bring the camera closer and show you this eye look from close up. So in the first look I used mostly the blues, and the second look I used mostly these. I do want to dabble a little bit into the reds because I feel like I haven't really used these like reddish brown colors, so let's do that. I'm gonna start with this cranberry color. It's called cranberry. It's not actually a cranberry color, but very pigmented. Ooh, look at this. Very nice. I'm loving it. Deepening this area. I'm gonna cover the whole thing. I'm amazed by this pigmentation, Beauties. Very nice. By the way, I didn't mention I used I Prime from Juvia's Place. As I said before, I'm trying to use different eye primers to just test different things with this palette to make sure that I give a comprehensive review. I have experienced a little more stickiness with I Prime compared to Painterly from MAC. It might just be that I have not really oily lids because I don't have creasing issues. That will be a sign of oily lids, but maybe oilier lids, so things that super stick are just better because the payoff is way more, so I'm really liking this. I'm now using a fluffier brush going into Wild Berry, this red color, beautiful red. And I'm gonna look down and try to capture the edges. Ooh, look at this. I bought the Chucky palette from Glamlight, and now I'm wondering if I should have, because this is definitely gonna capture the same kind of look. Although this palette doesn't really have dark grays and blacks and things like that, but this kind of reminds me of the colors in that palette. And of course, do I care for matte black in every palette? I don't. Now I'm gonna use the same brush that I used for the darkest color, and I'm gonna just brush this alongside my lower lash line. Where's my glitter primer? Ah, here it is. Always. I'm gonna put this at the center here, and I'm gonna go into Bittersweet. Beautiful color. I'm loving it, and I'm just very gently putting it over the glitter primer. I'm gonna pick the brush with the dark color and very lightly make sure these edges are blended. I do have kind of fat finger action going, so sometimes I do see a little bit of colors getting places where they shouldn't. But otherwise, this is beautiful. Look at that. I think the eye look is done as is, but just for the sake of testing the colors in this palette, I want to do something a little bit controversial. I want to use a little bit of Icy, this color, in my inner corner. Let's go into Icy. I'm so far loving this palette. Loving, loving, loving. There's nothing I tried that I don't like. And one thing that I noticed is that the red colors did not get patchy, although the primer is a little stickier. Amazing. Let's do this. Oof. So this is the opposite of the first eye look in terms of fire and ice, right? So you had fire in the middle and ice in the outside in the first eye look, and in this look you're gonna have fire in the outside and ice in the inner corner. Okay, beauties, I'm back. As I've mentioned before, with very dramatic eye looks, I try to do something a little nudie or toned down on my lips. So I put a little bit of this La Bello. It's sort of a lip gloss kind of thing. I buy it every time I travel to Europe. This has some tint and color, kind of a nudie color. So I put a little bit of this on my lips. It's very moisturizing. I love it. I don't want to say this is my favorite Simply Posh palette, but this is an amazing palette. Now, the reason I'm not saying this is my favorite palette is because I do like the fact that the other palettes have a little more variety, particularly Genuine Gems. As I said already, there is some redundancy maybe in some of the colors. Did you, for example, need both of these? Maybe not. Did you need all 4 blue mattes? I don't know. As I mentioned, however, you can pop these out and replace them with colors from the other palettes, which makes it amazingly versatile. Actually, you can do that with Fairytale, Fairies, Genuine Gems, and this one, which are the 3 that I have. Maybe you can do that with other ones too. Let me know if you know that down below. In terms of quality, everything was exactly as expected. Pigmentation was there, the depth was there, which I think was missing from Genuine Gems if I remember correctly. Watch the video. As I mentioned, I might remember it wrong, but this one was amazing. Just look at this. The blendability was fantastic. Usually with dark colors like this, particularly on my eyelids, I mean, I'm not 20 anymore, I could get little lines here and there, or they might not blend as perfectly, but now no issues here. Yeah, I was very impressed, and I'm so excited I purchased this palette. Would I purchase this palette again? Hell yes. I also really like the outer packaging. I find it super cute. I love berries. I particularly raspberries and blueberries. I just love all kinds of, actually I love all kinds of berries. Now let me bring the camera closer and show you this eye look from close up. So I highly recommend this palette, and I'm not saying that this was the best quality for Simply Posh. This is amazing quality. Honestly, I even wonder if this quality is better than Blend Bunny, because I've definitely had palettes from Blend Bunny that had hit or miss colors. Some got patchy, whereas the other ones were good. I do have some reviews from Blend Bunny on this channel if you want to check those out just to see. And I do remember that definitely in some of my reviews, I had patchiness issues with dark colors from Blend Bunny, and I had none of that with this. I'm actually very, very pleasantly surprised. So highly, highly recommend this palette. If these are your colors, of course, and you could see yourself make cool eye looks with this palette. These are definitely my colors. If you follow my channel, I love, well, all colors of the rainbow, but particularly blues and berries and reds, and those are definitely my colors. Thank you, beauties. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel for more content like this. I love you all. Have a fantastic day, and until next time, bye.